Hello, and welcome to Stroke by Stroke. I'm going to do another painting on mineral paper. I'm going to use some of my clear Sennelier oil pastel as kind of a resist. This is not at all what I had in mind that I was going to be doing, and that is actually okay, because this is what is happening, so I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. This is definitely an intuitive abstract, because I am winging it here. And it is raining here, and I love the sound of the rain. And it's been very warm, so you probably won't hear Walter, my furnace. Yes, I named my furnace. Technically, I didn't. My best friend came up with the name. Like best friends do, you know. And I honestly don't have like an emotion or anything like that in mind. I am just putting down lines. So now it's time. I'm gonna put water in here first. Just put it right here. Okay. I'll put some here, some here, some here. And I'm also going to use my Daler-Rowney white acrylic ink. Okay, so there's all of the stuff. And now I'm going to spritz with water. Oh, that's got some lovely stuff happening. I'm going to use a small silicone shaper just to move some of this around. Because it's always interesting what stays dry and what does not. I'll use a smaller brush. Just move some of this here. And it's obvious that this side is higher, so it's all pooling. Oh, these colors are just lovely though. I'm going to use a little bit of Lunar Black here. Just the tiniest little bit. I'm just letting it play. That's all this is today. Coming in with a blending stump now. Need something more absorbent. All right, and now a spritz. All right, these are my iridescent Senneliers. All right, and let's see here. Trying to decide which of these colors I want to use. I think I'm going to just go with this number 111. So it's an auspicious color number. And I don't like it. So let's see if we can do this. Don't know if I can. Oh, if I could go back in time like 30 seconds. I can't completely undo it, but I think I can salvage it. It was just not a good choice. And sometimes you just don't know it's going to be a bad choice until after you do it. And then instant regret. But I'm not upset about it. It's not quite, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. But that doesn't mean that it's ruined. Thing that upsets me the most is wasting any Sennelier pastels. Okay, and I'm going to use now, let's see if I can do this. white pastel on it. I feel like this is slipping out of the frame. I am definitely slipping out of the frame, I'm sure. Because this is actually on a thin skin of water. That's what sticks it. I'm gonna check the frame here. Yep, still in frame. Okay, good. And now to make it look like I meant to do this all along, I'm just going to continue with some of the white here. You know, one of the biggest gifts in art, especially like intuitive art that isn't representational, is if I make a mistake like I just did, I can almost always fix it. So it just isn't going the way that I necessarily intended. And we've been conditioned to believe that if we tried something and it didn't do what we wanted, that we have failed. And failure is a terrible thing. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. In some situations, yes, failure is a big deal. If you're a heart surgeon, failure has bigger consequences than if you're an artist. But that doesn't mean that it's a catch-all and that I can, you know, forget all my rules completely. You know, you guys should know by now that I have my own relationship with the rules. Not a big fan. But this image turned out better because I limited my palette and I used the wax resist, and I was trying to make it better and it made it worse. So now I'm doing something that's going to make it better again. And I'm not giving myself crap about it. And I think a lesson for me has been learning to not be so married to one idea of what I mean to do, and being able to embrace when things don't go the way I intend, and I can still make it come out in a way that I actually rather like. And sometimes, I don't know that this is one of those times, but maybe, sometimes it comes out better than it would have if it had gone quote-unquote right. So yeah, you know, that is something that I definitely advocate, is having grace with yourself as much as possible, because so self-judgment is the heart of so much pain, and sometimes it's appropriate, usually it's not. I used to work with my clients with this kind of stuff a lot. Learning how to don't start trying to love yourself. If you really genuinely do not like yourself, affirmations where you try and say you look in the mirror and say I love you, that is going to be a lie in the beginning. And anything that feels wrong like that is going to become pretty much counterproductive. Start instead with, look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I see you. No judgment of any kind, good, bad, indifferent. Just, I see you. And start small like that. Making your way through. Okay, I see you. I am proud of doing X, something that you've done in the past that you were proud of. And work your way up until you can get to the point where, I like you sometimes. And then I accept you. That's a big one. And eventually you might, maybe, get to I love you and mean it. And then it's real. So many folks go in there and try to completely gaslight themselves because somebody said affirmations are a good thing. And they are. If done in a way that is accessible. If it's accessible to the person's belief system, then okay. Awesome. If it's not, then it's going to possibly do maybe not more hurt, but definitely as much hurt as just, hating yourself in the first place. So, it's just stuff that I think about when I'm doing art here. Do I have the answers? Absolutely not. Do you have the answers? Actually, yeah, you do. You're the only one that has the answers. But you got to figure out what your questions are first. Because if you don't know what you're really trying to do, you're gonna, do that I love you too soon. You don't do that probably. I don't know, maybe you do. Most people don't do that in a relationship with another person. They reserve the I love yous until they feel that it's right. And newsflash, you actually have a relationship with yourself. So, all right, I feel like I'm proselytizing at this point. Sorry. It's just a big deal to me. And part of this channel, for me, is sharing things that, have helped me. Because if it helped me, it might help you. And if it doesn't, no big deal, All right, I'm gonna call this one done. This has been Stroke by Stroke. I hope you found this to be an interesting project. And I always ask you to do what makes you happy. I invite you to do that. And this made me happy, even when I screwed it up there for a minute, because I wasn't too caught up in it. Because I could just let go if I needed to. And anyway, so do what makes you happy, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And as always, thank you so much for being on this healing journey with me.